So you're like, oh man. Oh, she's smooth. She's deep. She's fabulous. She's sassy. She's beautiful. She is Adiona Chidzonga. And let's do it the right way. Let's do it the proper way.
Today, we're a fly on the wall in the life of.
In the life of Mr. and Mrs. Chidzonga. Does that help? Munya, does that help?
Oh, hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi Iyati. Thank you for stirring the pot. Well, I think it definitely helps. It's nice to know I'm also in the room.
Okay.
Hi baby. How are you?
Fantastic. So, Munya is an actor and a producer, a film producer, and Adiona is a musician and actress and TV presenter, and such a beautiful, beautiful soul. I'm so.
That's it. I'm so tempted to that. You know what? Because we're being given the flowers. I love it.
As you deserve. You deserve. I really, really I celebrate you too. So very much.
Oh wow. Wow. And that's often. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Chidzonga and Daphne Tinani, we welcome you.
Oh, thank you, Daphne.
Thank you, Daphne.
All right, and so we were going to ask all the standard questions. How long have you been married? What is marriage like? But Richa Buddha and already Rakto Buddha, because when I then introduced the song and I said, as an artist,
Hello, tell us.
as an artist, nakatari so screen yangu takarekoda kuti tine artist wedu anonzi Adiona Chidzonga. How is that turning out in your life? Munya didn't mince his words. Kuti asadzina kusvika here. Asi dzakarasika here, as in did the cows not make it home to the Maborekes?
You know what? Double barreling my name.
Straight into it.
Yes.
I don't love this man or
Okay.
But
I'm listening. I'm taking notes, baby.
Okay, this is a true marriage. I love it.
I'm taking notes. I got you.
It doesn't take away from how much I love him, how much I love the Chidzongas, but it's just, to say I was Adiona Maboreke. I made a name for myself before I became a Chidzonga, and some people actually disconnect the two. Like Panimamo, I remember there was a time way back in 2011. Some lady walked up to me and then she says, it was during our separation. We'll speak about that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
During our separation, and then she was like, and I'm saying, no, but ndini Adiona wacho.
Okay.
But maybe she was mixing the names now, Maboreke and Chidzonga. So it's for the people that were supporting me before I became a Chidzonga. I am a proud Chidzonga after all.
I think so. We've had this conversation many times, and I think I just have to make it clear that for me, it comes from a place of love. Since I was a child, it's always been one of my childhood wishes to give my surname to a woman who would accept it.
Nice.
So it's something that I take particularly well, because there's a responsibility that comes with that as well. I know how famous she was before I met her, and there's no pressure. And my hope is that the Chidzonga name can live up to that fame and take it higher.
Okay.
So every time there's a double barrel, it's like you're diluting it. It's like you're huffing it, and it's like my children. Should they become more famous than us and be more successful than us, God willing? Does that mean that they are Maboreke Chidzongas as well?
No, sir, not at all.
But then you see, if you're building the brand as a double-barreled surname, then it makes more sense for them to be Maboreke Chidzonga.
Okay, let me put it like this. There's some stages that I have to use a shorter name. I go with Chidzonga.
Okay. So we're the business card.
Yes.
Okay, then just call me on this number.
Yeah.
We're the Google Me.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess for me, music-wise, I'm okay with doing the double barrel thing. But when I'm TV presenting, for example, I just use Chidzonga.
I think it should just be...
we are after after marriage, right?
I would actually like to know what other people think about it.
Me
'Cause,
too.
I mean,
Me too. I'm listening to you and watching it play out, and it's really fascinating. And I'm going to jump straight to something that links to your past, or maybe how you broke into the public space.
Yes, ma'am.
Back in 2008, Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I happened to be in a restaurant with my significant other. I was on a date.
Hey, love is in the air.
Yeah, young lady breakfast date. So
I
we,
see.
so we got in there, and the channel was on a soccer channel, and
Right.
we asked for the remote because it was empty. It was just the two of us. So we were flipping for something that we both like. So we said, "Oh, Big Brother! There's Big Brother." We didn't know there was a current Big Brother. We don't even know whether it's current or not. We said, "Look, let's just catch up. Let's just watch the stream." We couldn't even hear; the volume was off. But we said, "Let's just watch Kutitone." You know, the current names, you know, current affairs,
Yeah,
what's going on.
Right.
So as we were watching, there was two couples, in two incidents, a boy who was so smitten, next to this girl, Ashita Laundry,
Wow.
and he said, that guy, is down for her. And I said, how can you tell? She goes, I'm a guy. She then explained, you know, the body language.
Yeah.
And then in another scene, there was a girl sitting next to a guy, and they were lounging, and then he was slowly rubbing her back. Just, you know, like, it could have been anything. I read it too. It could have been anything.
Right.
Then he said, imagine, anengarim skana wako. Arikunzwaro.
Ipapo.
And but look,
And who's won?
and you're on the outside. But by the time you go into the house, surely the game and things like this will happen. And so it then projected. I then started projecting issues of, you know, being in the media. There are times when you can't be too formal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
there are times when you can't be too formal. Like I was playing Junior Brown earlier, and I have a crush on Junior Brown. You
Yeah.
know? It's something that, you know, I think is interesting, you know, and I may share it.
Yeah.
And how that then affects your relationship back home. So my question to you is,
I can see what's happening.
we'll go back to Big Brother, but I feel like we're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
Being in the media space, particularly with this point where we started off, you using your maiden name, are you demeaning the marriage? Are you demeaning your husband? How do you handle all those dynamics? Being in the media space is not easy
No,
at
it's not.
all. In the
Yeah.
public space, it's not easy, particularly with how it affects your relationship. How has it turned out for you? I'll start with you.
Tell us.
Eh.
Are you demeaning me? Tell us. No, kidding.
Nasi jarara pants. Okay. But I think for me, the first thing that a lot of people out there that are in the public, and Vanima marriages are also in the public, don't really get is there has to be a separation. Munya always makes fun of me when I say poker face, like "Ngwa face ye basa."
Yeah.
So it's about that, separating your personal and your professional. I think it comes in very like aggressive, especially kind of in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
For me, how it worked for me is when Munya was in the house, I think I'll refer to that.
Yes.
And also when he's got my kissing scenes in movies and whatnot,
Yeah.
I sort of detach. And I'm thankful that I'm in the entertainment industry. Otherwise, if I wasn't the type of person that I am,
So you're saying by nature,
by nature, I'm a very clingy person.
okay. What star sign are you?
Sagittarius.
Okay, interesting.
So I think learning as the years go by, learning to separate the two has helped me. And also just saying, Kanandashka Kumba, I'm not Adiona Chidzonga or Adiona Chidzonga. I am just Mai Fumai. I am a mom, I'm a wife. I am not the things that people see out there. I'm
19 minutes before 3 o'clock, we are a fly on the wall in the life of Mr. and Mrs. Chidzonga. I'll play my part. We are live on our Facebook page, Star FM. You can go through and check it out. It's a fly on the wall like you like every Sunday afternoon. The big personalities, we get up close and personal with them. Over to you, Munya. Yeah, how does that affect you? Even as a musician, she may not be called to do very contentious things with other males.
She's
but
trying to be very,
Very
but,
diplomatic.
if I use the words in my head, it would be something else. But my point is, she could win an award or go up on stage and, courtesy. Someone has to kiss her on the cheek, has to hold her back. Do you feel some type of way about simple gestures like that?
Look, I'll level with you. First and foremost, I'm a man. Just like any other man. I feel the same things. I have the same insecurities, and I think like Adiona was saying, sometimes sometimes it's part of the job. It's part of the package. It comes with the job. There are some performers, and I won't mention their names, who do intimidate me, and we've spoken about it. We've actually spoken about it.
Okay,
and male performers
next to her, they make you uneasy.
And I said to her, "Ish, I believe that God, added a little extra sugar on me, but this guy, I think he had the whole teaspoon. You know what I mean? Parfait,
2
kg. In my own assessment, there's certain people where you're like, okay, this guy. I mean, it's a two-way thing. I mean, it's part of it is because sometimes I don't trust. Okay, I know how other men think. Well, most men, and most men, they're like lions. They're opportunistic hunters.
Okay.
If the opportunity is there, they'll take it.
Yeah.
If it isn't there, they won't look for it. And there's some people who are trying to create an opportunity, and I saw that when we broke up. That it was like it was like blood in the water with sharks. It was just this frenzy, and and the people that you think are your friends, and they're already there. So those are things that happen in any marriage or in any relationship. But I think it's the ability to separate work from home. And I think it's more hectic in the media because our job is so involved, it's so taxing,
and in the public.
and in the public. And I remember someone was saying that working in media is a circus.
Yeah, it is.
Your hours are crazy, the work is crazy, and everything is always last minute. Like if this broadcast doesn't go on, people will die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's always pressure.
When you were in the house, the Big Brother house, were you conscious about her watching and?
You see, that's an interesting one because I think it actually ties into being an artist as a whole. And I'll tell you what I'm battling with now. Now that I have a wife, I have a family, 3 beautiful boys. I find myself more afraid because I've got more to lose.
Okay.
So as a creative, fear blocks creativity. And
True.
Fear and creativity can't mix.
True.
So when I walked into the house at that time, the second time was very difficult because I all of a sudden I had this fear that okay, I've just seen my offspring and now it's not about me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was definitely different. Like it wasn't so much that I was conscious of her watching, but I knew that there was more at stake. And the honest truth is, for the last almost 10 years, my creativity has been somewhat blocked.
Okay.
And I've had to let me not say blocked. I've had to rechannel it. How am I a dad and how am I a creative? How am I going to explore conversations, situations, people, places, emotions?
Okay.
So it's very interesting you ask that question because it's something that just hit me.
And as you are saying, the entertainment industry is a circus. When the girls throw themselves at you, because you're quite a catch.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that, baby?
We're not going to lie about
it. It came
it.
from Iyati herself on air.
A bit about the book. I'm safe because the Muratis are but that offer the get how do you handle attention? Because women do throw themselves. Working in this space, I sometimes am quite stunned myself. This far in the industry, I look at how women throw themselves at men in entertainment. It's shocking to say the least. So when women do that and throw themselves at you, how do you handle that, and how have you handled it, particularly in view of your marriage and fatherhood?
I'll actually, I think it's a two-way thing. I've seen it work the other way as well. Okay. As a woman, when you're in the public space and in the media space, you get so much more attention.
Yeah.
Because there's also, I wouldn't call it a stigma, but maybe there's a perception, or I think people.
It is a stigma.
Well, it's a stigma, and I think it's also because you're out there. It seems psychologically easier to approach you.
Yeah, they think they can just
Yes.
Reach out.
There's an
Grab-
entitlement.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You know, so I would actually pose a question to you ladies, being lovely ladies in the industry, and y'all are lookers too.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Well, thank
we
you,
see you.
but we are not going to fall for that.
It's-
This is your
I'm
question.
Do you see what
you.
I tried to run away?
It's your question.
Look,
Vataura chirungu but I was
Yes, that's
Zvaramba.
Shakamirira Mindu.
these guys are just too smart, man. To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, growing up, it's not like I woke up yesterday with the looks. I've always had them, by the grace of God. You
Sure.
know, I know my today. No, stop it. She doesn't make ugly sons. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Um,
Moving swiftly along.
Moving swiftly along. So it's something that I've always had to deal with. But what would happen with me was that women generally don't hit on me, and it's because I've recently discovered is that it's because I come across as quite arrogant. I don't know how that works. I mean, before I've even said anything, people think, we are no Jido. And that has shielded me for quite some time.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you an interesting conversation I had with one young lady, and we're having the same conversation. What is it that makes women hit on men? And then she said, well, you're not rich enough. And I was like, yo,
Right?
okay, that hit me.
Ouch.
That hit me hard. I was like, so what do you mean? She's like, no, you got money, but money I wouldn't
Okay.
do you know what I mean? So I know that I'm quite neighbor.
Okay.
So we want people with bigger bellies and larger cars, you know. But I think it's like anything. Fighting temptation there's no formula, you know. Like you just I personally take it one day at a time and one challenge at a time. Some I surmount, others I say. I mean, there's times I've come to Adiona and be like, hey, babe,
Really?
Yeah.
you have to be that honest because we spend so much time in the media creating a persona. I didn't want to say lying,
Yeah.
but creating a persona
True.
that you have to have some honesty somewhere.
Yeah.
I love that. What caused the breakup? The big breakup?
I think you should take this
No,
one,
no.
baby.
I want to hear from you first.
The short and simple answer is that I wasn't ready.
Okay.
I think I wasn't ready for. I mean, a lot happened. I mean, can you imagine? Before I went into the house, yes, I was famous, but I was relatively famous.
True.
And then the second time I went into the house, everything changed, and I came out and I'll never forget this. This gentleman said, "No, now you're an icon." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And this is before Facebook, before Instagram, you know, before Twitter and all these things.
Yeah.
And people know exactly what you look like. And there was just two. I mean, now all of a sudden you're out of the house, you're given an good amount of money, right? And you've got a child, you've got a wife, and you've got a house, and now you're supposed to be a man, and you're an icon, and girls want you, and all this attention.
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready, and
Okay.
I forgot what was important, and I had to lose the most important thing in my life to realize what was important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To just refocus.
From your perspective, Adiona, how would you say what went wrong?
I'd also add, I agree with him. I feel like, I don't mean to toot our horns, but women mature faster than men, commitment-wise, because once you become a mother, I guess, or once you carry a child, or even when you hit, you know, that maturity stage, it's, you take on so much responsibility and you move with it so effortlessly. You've seen like my child-headed families, most of them are girls.
Yes.
And when it has responsibility on their shoulders so effortless. So I feel as if I matured faster. No, I was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
But reality, and also, I just have to say this before I say anything else, that I'm happy I stayed.
Okay.
Because I'm happy that I saw him graduate from being that boy I met into the man that he's become.
How long were you apart?
8 months. Yeah. But we can just say maybe like 4.
Okay.
The second thing was definitely pressure from people.
Interesting.
Because people will be in my ear, people will be in his ear. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Charlene is in Greendale. She says, Iyati, I'm loving listening to these guys. They sound so genuine and so comfortable with each other.
Aw,
And which is
Charlene.
why I love you too. We are 9 minutes away from the news at 3. I'm just feeling pressured already. Like I've already run out of time. There's so much I would like to discover about you too. But let's do the most. 0775897897 if you have any questions. We are also live on our Facebook page. That's a Star FM. Go through and catch the action in the studio. Yeah. I also felt, I remember when you were in the house the first time and then the news of the baby came. He was born when you were in the house, right? Correct me?
So
2
he was
days
born
before he got into the
before
house.
you got
days,
in.
like
Yeah.
4 days before I went in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember feeling some type of way, like, I'm fun, like, I come from that school of thought. Yeah, young marriages, I'm super skeptical. But you've walked that journey. Give us your account. Do you think getting married young is worth it with all the drama that comes? Or would you say maybe people should wait a bit longer to be a bit more mature?
What I would say is, again, my maturity levels, I know we are very different, Mulan. And I wouldn't want to dictate kuti iri ndo zera or ira risi zera.
Yeah.
In our situation, we had to learn the hard way. We were both very young. I was 21 when I had Fumai, and you were 24. And it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that it wasn't easy, because our thing was we used to party. That was our thing. We just used to go out.
Tell the truth, we used to drink.
And we used to drink and not go home.
Yeah.
So that was our thing. And then now all of a sudden, maviswa that, you know, makutonzi babana mai fumai, makutonzi gare pasi, you know, palogaro vanhu vakuru. You know, it was a huge jump. And also come fame, come also the big brother money and everything. It was just a lot for us.
Okay.
And I think we were thrust into it all.
Yeah.
I would say that it's not easy. And if you feel that it's not time for you, don't do it. But if you feel in your heart of hearts that I'm ready and it's time, go for it.
Yeah, look, I think the practical side, logic would say wait as long as you can.
Logic,
As
not
a man,
love.
And look, but I'd never tell people to marry for love. I think that's nonsense.
Okay.
I think love, because
Okay.
no.
Let's go there. I like
because look, love is a commitment, not an
Okay.
emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
People make the
that's
mistake of
actually a
thinking
fair
that
point.
it's an emotion. I
Okay.
love her. She drives me nuts. Don't marry a woman that drives you nuts.
Okay. Why did you
Marry a woman that you can't fathom not waking up with tomorrow
Aww.
in your life. Not because she's amazing and she's beautiful. No. Just when one of the waterfalls, I would like this person to be there. That's why.
When did you meet and how?
So
Quickly, guys. I'm looking at the clock. It's not,
Sorry, okay.
it's
so
not
probably
funny.
postpone the news. So we met in 2008. We were my father used to manage a band that she used to sing in.
Okay.
And so we were sort of match made. I remember there's a lovely lady, Kundisa Ntero, shout out, who brought us together. She did a bride just for the two of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But she just said, look, you guys should be together. And then that's how we met.
Oh, lovely.
Exactly.
And what did you see in her?
First time I saw her, I was speechless. All I could say to her was that voice. I think, okay, I won't lie, I'm a guy, but I was blown away by her looks. I'd never seen someone so beautiful, the brown eyes, the light skin. I thought she was Zambian or something.
Okay.
And then I couldn't even say anything to her. Like
And
an
I felt so let down because I liked him too. And then all he
You're
said
also
was,
blown away,
was
Nick.
that voice. Oh, you were a looker. But I just
I'm a looker. Sorry.
Mababani ngikani
Sorry. Carry on.
all right. So but I have to give credit to my father-in-law as well, because you know, every time after we'd finish a gig or whatever, right on the perekedza kumba.
Okay.
What I want, murora wangu ndokuperekedza kumba, murora wangu ndokuperekedza kumba, and he spoke into
And this was before
existence. This was like a year before, so I knew him for a year before I met Munya.
And they thought that she was his girlfriend.
For the longest time.
Outside of the breakup, what's been your lowest moment in marriage, Adiona?
Lowest moments, I would say, besides the breakup, I think that was it for me.
Okay.
That was definitely it for me.
Okay, what's annoying about Munya?
The chewing.
She's got this thing like
I can't stand people that chew.
I can't chew in the same room as her.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
And I was just going to change her.
No, it's getting worse. Been together for what, 15 years, married 11.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't mastered the art of chewing with his mouth closed.
Baby, it's been 15 years.
Together, yeah.
Yo?
Mathematics, son.
Oh, 2008, isn't it?
Are you a romantic, Munya?
No. Don't
No.
believe in that. I think my
It's
love
not.
language is not, it's not flowery and airy-fairy gestures that mean nothing. I spend
Mhm.
time, I give time,
He's supportive.
I'm supportive, I'm thoughtful, not
Okay,
romantic.
that's your love language.
Yes.
That's how you would feel loved.
Yes.
If she spent time with you, if she is supportive and. But what's your love language, Adiona?
Oh, I love things.
Okay, so
He knows that.
So
But
gift
he-
giving.
He makes, yes.
Okay.
He makes an effort as well. I should say that. But after I suggest,
It's
and
not
not
easy.
it's not kind. It's not a kind suggestion. It's
Yeah,
more
no.
like "Ndukuda chakat chakat."
Shama, it's my birthday. And unfortunately for me, our birthdays are about
5 days apart.
5 days apart.
Mhm.
But mine is first. So
Okay.
she always sets the tone.
Ah.
They must give. So
Ah.
those 5 days are hell.
Mhm.
I think I've stood on stages and performed for thousands of people, and it's easier than thinking of a gift for Adiona for her birthday.
So much love for you on our WhatsApp platform. And that is Zakawanda from that discussion, marriage and business. Thank you so much. Our very own power couple, we love you. We're just 2 minutes away from the news. Munya, what's her worst annoying or most annoying habit?
That's a tough one.
Asipane zvakawanda.
Shakawanda.
You came prepared for your one, the one that you thought you knew.
That was PC. I don't know. I think it's. I actually don't know. I can't actually think of it. Feet. I've got this thing about feet.
Mm-hmm.
I love them and I hate them, and she likes to put them in my face and Rosema. So she loves to eat like, oh yes, that's it. Rosema. So she loves to drink my drink and then eat my food, and then I just masao, and she loves masao. Yes, she eats masao in the bedroom. Don't eat masao in the bedroom. Why?
I'm laughing because I love masao.
I love
but-
masao.
But
He
I
hates
eat
masao.
them in well-ventilated spaces.
I think so.
Sorry guys. Just a moment. Paneruwa relax so neka place ka uke masao uchiona movie guys.
You know.
Why in the bedroom, baby?
All right, a minute away from the news, guys. I'm so anxious. I want to make the most of it, but I can't think of an appropriate question. What would you like us to know about you and your marriage that is so in our faces?
I think one thing that I'd like to make clear is we are trying our best to separate our personal lives near the public life. Our life is in entertainment. Our life and our marriage is not entertainment.
Okay.
So just to make that bold statement out there, kuti kune zvinenge zvakawanda zvinokuda kuitika, can people just stay not invested too much in that, because putting someone on a role model pedestal is just too much pressure. So they should appreciate our gifts, and then our personal lives, it's a personal life.
Ah, well, we're going to have to end it there, sadly. The time is not on our side. But thank you so much to our power couple, celebrity couple, Baba Namai Chidzonga. And shut up on foot. Oh man, and they sealed it with a kiss. Leaving the time at exactly 3 o'clock time for the news.